concept of a jubilee in the Church traces its origins to the Old Testament, as we saw in the first episode of this series, where the year of Jubilee was a time of restoration, debt forgiveness, and freedom every 50 years. Early Church Fathers such as St. Irenaeus and St. Augustine emphasized spiritual renewal and mercy, laying the foundation for a Christian adaptation of this tradition. However, it was not until Pope Boniface VIII who officially instituted the first Christian Jubilee in 1300, making the practice take its formal shape. He invited pilgrims to Rome, offering them plenary indulgences for their sins. According to the Church's teaching, even after a person's sins are absolved in confession, there may still be consequences or temporal punishment that must be purified, either in this life or in purgatory. A plenary indulgence removes all of this punishment, allowing the soul to be completely cleansed. This bears its scriptural basis in Matthew 16:19. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. The Jubilees have served as sources of these indulgences, as we shall later see in forthcoming episodes. The Jubilee year was originally planned as a centennial event. Later, popes adjusted the frequency, with Pope Clement VI in 1350 setting it at every 50 years, and Pope Paul II in 1470 establishing the current 25-year cycle. Since then, there have been 26 ordinary Jubilees, the most recent being the Great Jubilee of 2000, declared by Pope John Paul II to mark the new millennium. Apart from these, there have been 14 extraordinary Jubilees called for special occasions, such as the Jubilee of Mercy in 2015 to 2016, declared by Pope Francis, which extended indulgences beyond Rome and emphasized God's boundless mercy. The 2025 Jubilee, also declared by Pope Francis, carries the theme Pilgrims of Hope, focusing on renewal and unity in a world facing social and spiritual challenges. It includes traditional elements such as the opening of holy doors, pilgrimages, indulgences, and a call for reconciliation and evangelization. The Bishop of the Military Ordinariate of Kenya, Bishop Wallace, has also opened 4 holy doors within the diocese to further the spirit of pilgrimage. The first door was opened at St. Peter and Paul Cathedral at the Kenya Defence Forces headquarters and will serve the Nairobi region pilgrims. The second was opened at Our Lady Star of the Sea Kenya Navy in Mombasa to serve the coastal region. The third was opened at St. Ignatius of Loyola Laikipia Air Base in Nanyuki to serve the eastern region, and finally, the fourth was opened at St. Michael Parish in Gilgil to serve the Rift Valley region. The Military Ordinariate of Kenya will focus on 5 major themes, that is, care for the families, building spiritual resilience, strengthening moral values, care for our environment, and finally, reconciliation, forgiveness, and renewal. This will be covered through a series of in-depth catechesis by the priests and catechists. May God bless you as we look forward to begin the first catechesis episode.